Oh, you're here to hear about Mario Sports Superstars? You mean the thing I used to hold up my shelf?
Sports and video games have always gone hand in hand. I mean, the first ever video game was Tennis for Two, so it's kind of in gaming's DNA. And the market for sports-themed video games has never been bigger. I mean, EA swindles millions of people into buying the same sports game every year. I'm kidding, of course, but when it comes to sports games, it all boils down to preference. Do you want a more grounded sports game with one-to-one rules to the original, or a goofy party game that's loosely based on the sport it's trying to replicate? But when it comes to sports games designed for party settings, Mario is the king. You wouldn't think so at first glance, but the Mario Sports series is rather expansive. And the reason it does so well is Mario does an excellent job of keeping the game fun. When you mix the traditional sports with wacky locations and items featured in the Mushroom Kingdom, you're always down for a good time.
I mean, honestly, you throw Mario into any sport, and at the end of the day, that alone is enough to make that game fun. Take it back.
The key to making a good Mario sports game is the blend of unrealistic setting with a focus on keeping the core identity of the sport while also shaking it up a little bit. And sure, over time, some Mario sports games lean more into the wacky while others take a step back. But what do you get when you take the entire wacky identity out of a Mario sports game?
A big waste of money.
This is Mario Sports Superstars, a 3DS collection of 5 Mario sports games. Honestly, at face value, that sounds like an excellent deal.
I'll be honest, I can't really remember when this thing came out. What was its release date again?
Huh. And what happened around that time? Okay, well, there's your first problem. You cannot release a game like this so close to such a big console's launch. That's like releasing Super Mario 3D World the same time the Xbox One and PS4 is releasing. Oh wait. That happened. Not only was this the next game in the Mario Sports series following this, but it came out less than 10 days after arguably Nintendo's most important console launch on a handheld whose grave was already being dug. And to make matters worse, 2 of the 5 sports featured in the collection already had releases on the same console!
I'll be honest, things were not looking too good for this game. Well, I still bought it. I paid about $500 for one of these. You really think this is where I draw the line?
This game gets kicked, shoved, and thrown around like crazy, but is it really that bad? No, I'll save you the trouble. The game does a good job at doing what it goes out to achieve. This truly is 5 sports mashed into one 3DS game. Calling this bad when games like this exist is just straight up wrong. Tone deaf, on the other hand? Now that's a different story. You'll see what I mean when we jump into the sports, so let's start with soccer. 2 minutes in, and the first option I see is the shortest game we can play is 5 minutes long. 5 minutes? That's a long time for a pick up and play 3DS game. You gotta shorten that baby to the standard 3. 3 minutes goes a long way when you're on the go. You quickly realize this is soccer, and none of that Mario fun nonsense. There's penalty kicks, no items, and for some bizarre reason, realistic movement. Every bit of Mario charm was removed from this game. Even in the music, it's just all so bland. Like, yeah, I'm playing soccer, but I'm not having fun doing it. A pretty big example here is the lack of items. For example, in the Mario Strikers series, when a player illegally tackles another, the opposing team gets an item. That's great, and it keeps the game moving. Here, you have to actually line up for the penalty kick. It halts the game that already drags, and then kills all the momentum, the little that there was, that you had going.
And you know what's the most insane part about this game to me? There's a Mario Tennis that's worse than this one.
The tennis featured here takes the main mechanics from Mario Tennis Open and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash and removes all of its already lackluster content. There are 4 bland courts and no gameplay gimmicks. I mean, I've got nothing to say about this. It's just tennis. Following that, we have golf. Now imagine the incredible golf that was featured in Mario Golf World Tour on the same console, then water it down, and yep, here it is. It's the exact same gameplay, which is probably why it's the most fun sport on here. But everything from the stages to the win animations are just less than what they had in Mario Golf World Tour. Following golf, horse racing makes its Mario Sports debut. You can not only customize and hang out with your very own horse, but you can also take it down the most bland horse racing tracks in the world. The only cool part about this game mode is that it's new. Literally the only new thing this game could pull out. Is it fun? Well, it's in the game. There is only one sport left. One sport that has the potential to redeem this whole game. Baseball. The last time Mario swung for the fences, it was one of the best Mario sports games out there. And at the time this had released, it had been a really long time since Mario played baseball. So does this brand new baseball mode live up to its predecessors? Of course not. Somehow they made baseball slower than it already is. Now, I think this is one of the better sports available in this game, purely on a content level, but only because the gameplay has a little bit of depth. It may be about as deep as the shallow end of a pool, but every shallow end looks better when it's deeper than the first step into the pool. As for the gameplay all around, this is the most stripped down a Mario sports game can ever get. And hey, if that's what you want, here it is. Can't imagine why you'd ever want that, but to each their own, I guess. As a fan of the Mario sports series, heck, the Mario series as a whole, this game kind of insults me. There was no attempt at trying to make this a Mario sports game. In fact, at some points, it feels like they were actively trying to make this game as bland as possible. Mario Sports Superstars lacks a personality. This is the most boring Mario game out there. And I've completed Mario's Time Machine.
Let's get you right back to where you belong. Perfect. Wait, now that you're still here, I got a very important question for you. Do you want to wear shirts as cool as this one? Or maybe have a poster as cool as that one? Well, you're in luck.
If you're looking for a way to support both me and the channel while also getting some cool merch, visit my new store, Tyler's Extra Life Merch. This brand new store has a whole onslaught of Ty the One-Up Guy themed items and more on the way. We've got classics like posters, shirts, teddy bears, and of course, Ty the One-Up Guy itself. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description. I hope to see you there. I had a lot of fun designing some of these items.